Let's look at initial caps. An initial letter, or initial cap as they are also called, is an enlarged letter that is used as the first character of a paragraph. It can sit above, below, to the left, or even behind the body of text, and it can be set in contrasting weight, style, or color. Initial letters can be dropped. This is referred to as drop cap, so that the baseline of the drop cap is below the baseline of the body text. They can be raised, so the top of the initial cap is above the height of the body text. They can be boxed. The cap is boxed in by a graphic. They can be reversed out of a background shade, or they can be overlapped so that the initial cap actually overlaps the body copy. Keep the color and the tint light enough so readability is not impaired. How to set your initial caps is one question. Which letter is set is another. You're not limited to the same typefaces as your body copy. In fact, decorative calligraphy and ornate type styles can be very effective. You can even use a lowercase character as your cap. Consider it a typographic license, if you will. The key to using initial letters successfully is proper alignment. If the character is intended to appear flush left with the text, it should align optically rather than mechanically. Certain characters, such as those with rounds, like C, O, S, etc., and diagonals, A's, V's, W's, and Y's, and characters with serifs, which get proportionally larger with size, they should be pulled out to the left a bit to align visually with the rest of your text. If the initial cap is the first letter of a word, instead of a single letter word such as A or I, make sure you set the rest of the word close enough to the initial cap so that the eye reads it as one single word. Don't have the initial cap so far away that the rest of the text looks like it's a separate word. Other things to remember are: don't repeat the letter you use as an initial cap at the beginning of the body text, and don't use too many initial caps in one layout. In fact, one per length of copy or long section is usually enough. And as always, readability should never be sacrificed for style. Now you're ready to get started with initial letters. Here, I just wanted to give an example of some initial letters, but obviously you would never want to use it like this. But you can see that these are all different styles of initial caps. And there's many fonts that are specifically designed to be used as initial caps. Here you can see that I'm showing you some of the examples that we talked about in the previous section or the previous page of this example. Drop caps can begin at and drop below the first line of text and should go at least 3 lines deep. An odd number of lines looks the most balanced and pleasing. Make sure it optically aligns with the cap height of the first line and the base aligns with the line of type below. Tuck in the rest of the word to help readability. So you can see how this is tucked into this box that's created by this block of copy. Sometimes positioning a tinted initial letter behind your text creates an unusual and exciting look. Your imagination is the limit to what you can do as long as it's appropriate for the job. So this one actually comes out, but you can see by the tint and how the other text kind of comes on top of it, it still works and is very effective. Boxed and reversed initials are another technique to add visual interest and originality to your work. You can also set the initial in reverse, dropping it out of the box of black or any other color. Sometimes a very fancy or ornate initial is the perfect choice. A typeface with elaborate swashes or calligraphic forms can be quite striking and work well as long as it is appropriate to the content and blends in with the rest of the design. Raised caps, their baseline, the raised cap base aligns with the first line of type and it rises above the body copy. They are much less complicated to do and they're very tasteful than a drop cap as there's fewer alignment issues that you have to be aware of. Certain fonts are designed especially for use as an initial cap. They range from extremely ornate to specific to a particular style or genre. You can have a lot of fun with these. And here you can see that this font is more of a circus type of font. So use initial caps. They can definitely add a lot of liveliness and color to your designs, and they can be fun to use. Just don't overuse them.